Hello everyone, how are you doing? What if you find a program which help you to convert multiple CSV file and put it into a single Excel file? Isn't that great? What I will do, I will create an Excel file and I will browse for a CSV source folder which can have multiple from single to multiple CSV file, and then I will start a conversion where each CSV file will be added in the Excel file as a Excel sheet. So CSV file name will be the Excel sheet name. So let us start first. I will first show you the demonstration how this works. For this, first what you have to do, you have to choose a Excel file name. Okay. So I click on save as, I go here and I write, say, sample 1. I will do sample 1. Save. Now I browse for the CSV source folder. I go here. I have a folder called GreenDB. I go here and click on OK. The path is set here. If you want to check, see, this is the folder PyCharm projects. Here I have a folder called GreenDB which contains all the CSV files. Now I will click on convert. Conversion from CSV to Excel completed successfully. Now let us go and browse. Go to the folder. So I'll open the sample one. See, Holiday Master, we have all the CSV file with the file name as sheet name, and the data has been inserted into it. So the file has been created. Now I will demonstrate to you how the code works. I will explain the GUI. Here you can see this is the outer frame save as Excel. So every object, input object here, like the text object, text box, the button, everything consists inside a frame. So here we have 4 frames. One is this save as Excel, which has a caption of save as Excel. This frame do not have any caption, we don't need this. The third frame, browse CSV folder, and the fourth frame, the browse button inside, okay, which also don't have a caption. This is the fifth frame which contains the convert button, and this is the 6th frame which contains the progress bar. So now we will check all this one by one. So let us go here, src excel file txt frame. So this is this save as Excel, this frame. So this frame is created. This text has save as Excel, you can see. Within that frame container, we have created a text box, okay, which has parent as src excel file txt frame. And another thing to mention, that suppose this is the first frame and this is the second frame, src save excel btn frame, which contains the save as button. Okay, so for this I have first on the left side I have x equal to 0, y equal to 0. The width of this frame is 400, the height is 50. If you go to the next frame, which is on the right side, this one, here I have the x position as 401, because the width of the first one is 400, so it starts from 401. And since both of the vertical position of both is same, so I have y equal to 0. Here height is 50, here height is 50. Both the height is same. Only the x position is changing because of the width of the left side frame. Now if you go to the third frame, you see the y position is 50. I could have make it 51. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now why this vertical position is 50? Because the height of the previous one is 50. So that is what I explained about the place. I will not explain anymore. You have to check out yourself with the code that how this position is set based on the width and the height. So I will go for the entry text box and the buttons function. Okay, for the entry text boxes, both the text box for the Excel file name and the CSV folder source CSV folder path, the state is read only, because we will not let a user enter anything manual here. We have got two string variables, string var here. One is dir path var, one is Excel file name. Excel file name string var contains the absolute path where the Excel file is been created, and dir path var contains the CSV source folder path. We have the button here. This is the save Excel button, which is this save as button. So whenever we click on this, our function is called save Excel file. Below that we have another entry, okay, which has state equal to read only, and which is the container of the dir txt frame. And if you ask what is the dir txt frame, this is browse CSV folder. If you go to the dir txt frame, the text is browse CSV folder. And here the text variable is the string var dir path var. I already told you that this is the CSV folder absolute path. So whenever you it is bind to this string var, whenever something is assigned to this dir path var, this is assigned to the entry text box. You can view it here, see. So go to the button. Next button is the browse button, which is this is the dir btn frame. We don't need a text, it is blank. So inside that container we have browse folder btn. The container is src dir btn frame, and text is browse. If you go here, you see the text is browse, and it has a lambda function open directory. So it opens the directory, open directory. It gets an open dialog box to fetch for the directory, and when you click on OK, it gets the absolute path and set it on the text box. Next one is convert btn frame, and if you go here, this is the convert btn frame. This is the convert btn frame. Inside that container we have the convert button. So let's go to the convert button here. Self.convert CSV btn. The container is src convert btn frame, and the lambda function is convert to Excel. So this is the final root function which actually convert all the CSV file to Excel. Now we have another frame, PV frame, which holds the progress bar, and it also doesn't need any text. We place the self.pv. This is the progress bar. We create the progress bar here. The mode is determinate and oriental is horizontal. So now let us go to the function one by one. First one, save to Excel. Save to Excel use something called tkinter file dialog, which has a routine called ask save as file name. So I'll get only the file name and set the absolute path of the file name into Excel file name. Set this Excel file name in the string var. I told you, and which is bind to the entry text box. Whenever I set the Excel file name path into this string var, it is automatically assigned to this text box. So this is the save Excel file. Now let's go to the next one, that is open directory. So I get file dialog.ask directory. So what ask directory does? Ask directory let the user browse for a source, browse for the folder, and when it clicks on OK, it set the absolute path, it's return the absolute path, and that is assigned to this directory path. Convert to Excel, first what we do, we take the source CSV folder path and use the listdir function. Listdir function returns all the file name. Listdir function returns all the file name in a form of list of string. Okay, if you just click over here, you see there is a list of string, and it is written to a file list. This become a list of string. Now we set the progress bar maximum value to length of this list. Now I get the Excel file path. Now just go to get Excel file name. What this contains? This contains this string variable which is bind to this first text box. So whenever you call this function, this return this path along with the file name. So there is a function called pd.xlsxwriter. So what it does, it creates an Excel file. Now you will say we have already selected an Excel file, why we are creating it? Just remember, we have not created the Excel file, we have got the absolute path of the Excel file. So here we are creating an Excel file. Engine is xlsxwriter, mode is W+. That means it will open in a write mode. It is open as a writer. Now what we do, we navigate through the list string which contains all the CSV file name. What we do, we get the source CSV folder path and we concatenate the CSV file name with this source CSV folder path. So we get the absolute CSV file name path here. Tell me one thing, that is it possible that in that source folder there can be any other file other than CSV? So that will also be included into this. I mean, even included in the file list. So we have to check for the extension. So this X contains file name, not the absolute path with the file name, but the file name. I just, you see, I do it X -4 colon till the end. So -4 means this is -1, -2, V is -1, C is -2, S is -2, C is -3 and dot is -4. So it just goes back to the -4 position until the end it reads. And I can convert it to lowercase if the extension is in uppercase, and if it is .csv, then only I do the process. If it is not .csv, I just ignore it. So I created a try catch here. First what I do, with the pandas, I read the CSV file with the absolute CSV file path, and I read it with a separator of tilt. Now this tilt is actually my customize. In case instead of tilt, you can use any separator you are using on that CSV file. But if you make this tilt wrong, if you set this delimiter wrong, then the whole reading, everything will go wrong. It is written to a data frame, that we call it a DF. And for data frame, there is a function called toXL. We call that function. Here the first parameter is a writer, which is actually created the Excel file, index equal to false, and sheet name. Now just follow the sheet name here. You see, for Excel -4 colon till the end, we got the extension name. On the opposite, if we do from the start, X from the start until X until -4, so where it goes only for the file name. I increment the progress bar by 1 because I've already written it to Excel. One CSV file to Excel. So I increment it by 1. And this self.root.update idle task, this is something, what happens if you don't give this, you cannot see the progress bar increasing. I have two exceptions, one pandas exception. If the CSV file is empty, then it gives a data error. So in that case, what I do, I raise an exception, display a message box dot show info. It displays a message box, title warning, message this one. Second one, exception as E. Any other exceptions, there can be many exceptions, any error which actually hampers this conversion process. I create an error message, I return from the function. That means the Excel file will not be created. So this is through this loop, all the sheets has been added with the CSV file data. After the display a message, you already seen that message on the demo, that success, conversion from CSV to Excel completed successfully. Just set everything to disable. And take these two string var and make them empty. Dot set dot set. just a moment, the first one will be normal because you cannot browse for another conversion. So let us just go here. I keep it untitled by default. There is an untitled file, so it will ask, I already told you, it will ask for an overwrite. Browse, go to the folder, OK, convert, completed successfully. Now see, all the text box are reset to blank. Browse button is disabled, convert button is disabled. The only save as button is enabled. So that's all about this video. Hope you like it. If you like, please like and share, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.